There is a reason the wealthy keep getting wealthier, even during hard times. And it is not because they are luckier. It is not because they are smarter. And it is not because they were born into money, though some are. The truth is, the difference between rich and poor often comes down to one thing, one rule, one mindset that most millionaires follow without fail, and most people ignore. And once you understand it, you will start to see your money and your life completely differently. Let me take you back to when I first heard this rule. I was sitting in a workshop, surrounded by people trying to learn about building wealth. The speaker was a self-made millionaire. No college degree, no rich family, just discipline and experience. He looked around the room and said, "There is only one rule that made me a millionaire. One rule that, if you follow it, will change your life." Then he paused and said this, "Poor people spend money. Rich people allocate money." Let that sink in. Poor people spend. Rich people allocate. And that is when I realized what I had been doing wrong for years. Let us break this rule down. Because the difference is not just about words, it is about the way you think. Spending is reactive. It is what most people do. They get paid, they pay their bills, they buy what they need, and then they spend whatever is left on whatever feels good in the moment. Money comes in. Money goes out. And they wonder why they are stuck. But allocating is proactive. It means telling your money where to go before it has the chance to disappear. It means every dollar has a purpose. Every paycheck is divided with intention. It is not about how much you have. It is about what you do with what you have. Millionaires treat their income like a business budget. They assign portions to savings, to investing, to giving, to spending. They do not guess. They plan. Let me show you how this one rule changed my life and how you can apply it starting today. Lesson number 1. Allocation creates clarity. When you live paycheck to paycheck, it feels like you are surviving on luck. Some months are fine, others feel impossible. I used to feel that way, but the real problem was not my paycheck. It was my lack of a plan. When I started allocating my income, everything changed. I set a rule for myself. Every dollar I earn must belong to a category before I spend it. So I broke it down. 10% to giving, 20% to saving and investing, 30% to essentials, 20% to future goals, 20% to lifestyle and fun. I adjusted as needed. But the habit stayed. And suddenly I knew where my money was going before it went there. Clarity creates peace. It removes stress. And most importantly, it builds momentum. Lesson number 2. Allocation prioritizes the future. Over the present, spending feels good right now. It gives you that dopamine hit. But it steals from your future. Millionaires understand this. They are willing to delay gratification. They are willing to give up a short-term thrill for long-term peace. Allocating your money forces you to think ahead. You are not just reacting to today, you are planning for tomorrow. Want to retire comfortably? That starts with setting aside 10% today, even when it feels small. Want to buy a house? That starts with allocating money toward your down payment every month. Your dreams are not waiting for a miracle, they are waiting for discipline, and allocation is discipline in action. Lesson number 3. Allocation stops emotional spending. When you do not have a plan for your money, emotions take over. You spend when you are happy. You spend when you are sad. You spend when you are bored. But when your money is allocated, the decision is already made. You do not have to debate with yourself in the store. You do not have to wonder if you deserve it. You already decided. And that is powerful. It saved me thousands of dollars in impulse buys. Because now, if it is not in the budget, it does not happen. Millionaires do not waste time making emotional money decisions. They follow their allocation plan. That plan is their shield. Lesson number 4. Allocation builds. Habits of wealth. People often ask me, how do I start building wealth with a small income? The answer is always the same. Start by allocating what you have. You might only be able to save 5% right now. You might only invest $50 a month. That is okay. Because wealth is not built from the size of your income. It is built from the habit of allocation. Every time you assign your money a purpose, you are building a habit that compounds. And those habits are what separate those who stay stuck from those who break through. A millionaire mindset starts before you have $1 million. It starts the moment you decide to treat your money with respect. Lesson number 5. Allocation turns income into freedom. Let me say this clearly. It does not matter how much you make if you do not allocate what you make. There are people earning 6 figures who are drowning in debt. There are people earning minimum wage who are building savings slowly and steadily. The difference? Allocation. When you allocate your income, you are prepared for emergencies. You are ready for opportunities. You are not controlled by bills or by fear. You are in control. And that is what financial freedom really is. Not a huge number in your bank account, but the ability to make choices without fear. When I started allocating my money, I started sleeping better. I stopped arguing with myself over purchases. And I finally felt in charge of my life, not like a victim of my paycheck. Practical steps to apply this rule. Today. So, how do you start? Step 1. Write down your total monthly income, not just your salary, but any side gigs, passive income, or freelance work. Step 2. List out your monthly expenses, fixed and variable, rent, food, bills, subscriptions, transportation, and so on. Step 3. Decide on your allocation percentages. You can start with this: 10% to giving, 20% to savings or debt payoff, 30% to living expenses, 20% to investments or future goals, 20% to fun and flexible spending. Adjust to your reality, but stick to the plan. Step 4. Automate it. Set up automatic transfers, separate accounts, scheduled payments. Make it easy to stay consistent. Step 5. Review monthly. See what worked. See what did not. Adjust. Remember, allocation is not rigid. It is flexible. It grows with you. But the habit? That must remain. Final thoughts: millionaires are not just lucky. They are intentional. They give every dollar a job. They do not let money disappear. They direct it. And you can do the same. It does not matter if you earn a lot or a little. What matters is that you allocate what you have with purpose. So here is your next move. Take 1 hour this week. Write down your income. Create your first allocation plan. Start small, but start strong. If this video helped you see money in a new way, like it. Share it with someone you want to succeed. And subscribe to Financial Rules for Life, where we do not just chase money. We build the rules that lead to peace, power, and financial freedom. Your money, your future, your rules. Start today.